Yet, having taken the task on, and you are all here, I thought I had better say something, but it will be relevant to the judiciary. My first step was to write down the names of people who I regard as leaders and who have influenced my life at some time. I broke the list into two groups, men and women, in case there was a gender difference. Next, I wrote beside each name the qualities displayed by those individuals that impressed me. Top of the female list was my mother, an ordinary woman. Top of the male list was my father, an ordinary man. There followed a mix of personal, historical, national and international figures, and, as you might expect, a strong presence of judicial names. There were 12 qualities that came to the fore. Before explaining them, I have to admit they are possibly judge-centric, but I will apply and explain them as they relate to judges and see where we go. First, humanity. It arises in the panorama of life viewed by judges through the eyes of victims of harm and suffering rendered by one human being towards another. It necessarily involves understanding pain and suffering, but with the capacity to be objective and unemotional. It means a judge recognises difference in people and cares about them as individuals. Secondly, loyalty. Judges are vigilant in protecting the independence of the court. They will not be swayed or influenced by pressure from politicians, public servants, the media, or disappointed litigants. Judges decide cases in accordance with the law, not how some people would like them to be decided. Judges do not decide cases to be popular. To use the vernacular, a judge is prepared to lie down in front of a Burke Street tram to protect the institution of the court and its independence. Thirdly, resilience. Judges have to cope with criticism from politicians. We need only think of the attack on the High Court of Australia after the Mabo decision. Judges also cope with criticism from the public. This week, a survey has been released suggesting community confidence in the judiciary is not high. As judges, we carefully scrutinise the survey, identify its flaws, note its findings, but do not change the way we hear and decide our cases independently. Yet resilience is much more than just toughing it out. Judges must hear the worst of cases. The Bega schoolgirl killings, cases of mothers or fathers killing small children, long terrorist cases with months of surveillance tapes in a foreign language subjected to tedious translation, the killing of police in the line of their duty protecting society, such as the Silk and Miller deaths, dramatic bushfire cases and complex commercial cases about shareholding, contracts and general business activities. In the face of these cases, the judge must be resilient. From that flows poise, dignity and objectivity when confronted by the harrowing, the absolutely confronting and the mundane. The average Supreme Court judge works on the bench for about 15 years. Many stay for over 20 years. Their resilience is powerful. This means judges focus on the objective of justice and are not deterred, distracted or disheartened about achieving it. The fourth quality, determination. A judge must have a deep commitment to their goal, the pursuit of justice. Fifthly, a high personal ethic, both in work and privately. Judicial work is constant. Court cases are like waves on the shore. They just keep coming. An occupational health and safety survey of Supreme Court judges found we work much too long hours and at an unsustainable level. We do not complain. We see it as our duty to do the ever-pending court work. We also regard being a judge as an honour and a privilege. Hence, in our personal lives, we are acutely conscious of our public behaviour. We must be law-abiding citizens too. For most judges, this means becoming quietly removed from public notoriety and not developing a public profile as a personality judge. A judge works hard to achieve a vision of justice, sets an example to others in the workplace, and shares the work burden. The sixth quality, being just. Judges deliver and administer justice. We aspire to be a just judge. Sometimes that will involve choosing who is telling the truth with very harsh consequences. A judge ensures the people in the court feel they are treated justly.